again, I'm Imanuel, and today I want to talk to you about stress and its role in fueling autoimmunity. So this week in the Transform Autoimmune program, which I'm going through to try and turn around my own autoimmune issues, and I'm blogging about the experience so I can share it with you. This week I'm learning about the adrenals and specifically adrenal fatigue. So we learned there are 3 stages of adrenal fatigue, and Dr. Maggie taught us how to read our own hormone results to determine which stage we're in, and more importantly, what we can do about it, right? So I'm in stage 1, adrenal fatigue. And frankly, I was surprised it wasn't worse, because when I learned this week all of the things that contribute to adrenal fatigue, I know I've got some room for improvement. So 4 primary things. What are they? Number 1, blood sugar. Number 2, food intolerances. If this is sounding familiar, it should, because this is why Dr. Maggie spends all this time on these other things before we get to this point. Number 3 is sleep. And number 4, the biggie, stress, that I talked about at the beginning, right? So I want to focus a little bit more on stress because that's something we haven't touched on too much throughout the program yet. And we learned stress actually creates inflammation in our brain. But the good news is that we actually have an extreme amount of control over how we let stress impact our body. So there's so many things we can do to limit stress because we all have stress in our life. That's a given. But they talk to us about really focusing on what's within our circle of control. We might think that we have more control over circumstances than we actually do. I know that's the case for me. And then we let ourselves worry about things that we have no control over. And that's not healthy, and it's not doing any favors for our adrenals. So our adrenals are not coming up with thoughts just on their own, right? They're taking cues from us and from our thoughts and responding to it, creating stress in the body, which then impacts our cortisol and eventually depletes our adrenals. So just as the adrenals respond negatively to stress, we learned they respond positively to gratitude. I found that fascinating, and it was a good reminder to incorporate more gratitude into our lives. Dr. Maggie did give me a recommendation for a supplement to deal with my adrenal fatigue, but she was very clear. You cannot supplement your way out of adrenal fatigue. You have to incorporate lifestyle changes as well if you want to turn around your adrenals, which in turn, why do the adrenals matter so much? They create hormones as well. This is a key to hormone balancing, which we know is a key to turning around our autoimmunity.